Jets fans are frustrated. For about 20 minutes, a plane flew over the practice field that read "Fire John Idzik." Alongside ESPN NFL insider Adam Kaplan, I'm Antonieta Collins. Jets are 1-8. They've dropped 8 straight games, one shy of the franchise record for consecutive losses in a season. Idzik is only in his second year on the job. Adam, is he or Coach Rex Ryan likely to get fired after the season?
Well, first of all, they're not going to do anything until after the season, if they do anything at all. Now, when you look at the Jets situation, Idzik has come under fire because of some questionable decisions earlier in free agency where they didn't address their miserable cornerback position. Nobody's giving up more passing touchdowns to wide receivers in the National Football League per game than the Jets. It's because they didn't really develop anyone, and they've had too many injuries. And despite a well over $20 million in cap space, Idzik did not address that position, and that was a mistake. And I think when you're Rex Ryan, you need, if you've got a great front seven, really good corners. They don't have that, and that's been a problem. They overpaid for Eric Decker. Eric Decker, can't blame him for getting a great contract, but you could blame the team. Most people thought in the National Football League Eric Decker was not worth $15 million fully guaranteed over his contract. And they paid him to be a number one receiver. He's clearly not a number one receiver. When healthy, he's not. It's a decent number two receiver. They overpaid. I think what happened with John Idzik here is he's a guy who was a really good contract negotiator for the Seahawks. He was way down a list for the Jets to be their GM, but they went down the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, he's a good man. He probably, if you talk to people around the league, shouldn't have been a GM in the National Football League. However, he's made some good choices, okay? Sheldon Richardson out of Missouri, excellent draft pick, okay? Chris Ivory, that was a good trade that the Jets made with the Saints 2 years ago. But overall, a lot of questionable decisions. Their lack of developmental receivers. They haven't developed anyone under John Idzik. That's been the problem. The bottom line is he's going to come under fire. Most people believe he will not be back for 2015, but we'll have to see what owner Woody Johnson does.
From what you mentioned, leadership has been a key factor, but what other changes do we need to see from the Jets so they can start turning things around?
Yeah, well, first of all, when you look at the head coach Rex Ryan and John Idzik together, Idzik inherited Rex Ryan. He was told he had to keep him. So it's not a great dynamic. Rex Ryan is a defensive-minded head coach. He needs what he needs on defense. He didn't get that in the secondary. Idzik clearly dropped the ball there. And the quarterback, we didn't even mention Geno Smith. They've got to get the quarterback position right. People around the league are not surprised that Geno Smith struggles. But I think when you look at the Jets situation, they need to get on the same page. They have not built this team with a symbiotic relationship between the head coach and the GM. It has not worked. Something's going to happen after the season. Again, most people think that Idzik's in trouble. We'll have to see what happens, but in the end, you talked about it. 1-8, they won their first game. Everyone knew it when they looked at their schedule, Tony. Beat the Raiders. Because after that, it gets harder, and they haven't won since then.
There you have it. What you need to know from the man, NFL insider Adam Kaplan. For more on this story, make sure to read about it right here on ESPN.com.